what it did everybody. So I don't know how long this episode gonna be. Kind of tired, not gonna lie. Been rehearsing and singing. Y'all know I'm still working on the Little Richie biopic movie and shit. But I met this new chick, this new girl, and she is really beautiful. You know, I wanted to show y'all what she looked like. Now she do got. I will say that she do got like famous sisters and stuff like that. That's like on TikTok. They like twins, and I didn't really know that she was related to those girls. Like I recognized those girls because I've seen their faces a lot. So okay, I'm gonna get into it, but my love life and career is in a parallel universe. But I want to say a few things. Just a few things. I'm noticing a lot of niggas hating on me, man. A lot of niggas hating on your boy. They mad at your boy. I don't even know why I'm thugging. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't get why people so threatened by me, man. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just chilling. I don't get it though. You know what I'm saying? Like what you mad at me for? I'm just thugging and clutching. That's it. And I show niggas love. You know what I mean? Genuine love. So it's like I don't get why niggas be so angry at me, man, or looking at me in evil spirits. I don't fucking get it. I don't understand that shit. But you'll show love to niggas that that don't love you. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't understand that shit. None of that makes any fucking sense to me. But whatever. Anyway, let's get into this episode. So I remember, you know, my my nurses had called me up and they were like my nurses had called me up. They were like, David, sir, we on our way to get your wife from the hospital. I'm like, what are you talking about? So they was like, well, she was doing an interview and she had kind of an episode. I'm like, what do you mean she had kind of an episode? What the fuck do you mean by that? So they was like, well, she might have had a seizure on camera. I'm like, what do you mean she might have had a seizure on camera? Either she had a fucking seizure on camera or she didn't. Which one is it? So she like, okay, she had a seizure on camera. I'm like, so she had a seizure on camera, and what happened? So they was like, well, and she had to get rushed to the hospital. We on our way to go get him. David, you might want to fix this problem because if word gets out that she has cancer, everybody is gonna be talking about this shit. So I'm like, all right, y'all on y'all way to go get her right now. They was like, actually, we got her in the car right now. We just picked her up from the hospital. I'm like, y'all was talking like she wasn't even in the fucking car. They was like, well, yeah, we got her already. She's in the car. I'm like, then why didn't you just say that shit when you called me? So they was like, yeah, but we just thought that maybe you might want to pay a visit to that hospital that she was in because they got her results and they wasn't giving it to us. So I'm like, all right, I'll take care of that. So I had to take my soldiers to this damn hospital and get her paperwork. So they're like, hey, David, your wife was just here. I'm like, yeah, I know she was. So look, I need y'all to do me a favor. They was like, look, I was like, look, I need y'all to do me a favor. It's like anything for you, David. What do you want? So I'm like, that paperwork that you got on my wife, Jenna Ortego, I'm gonna need y'all to give that up to me. I'm gonna need y'all to hand me that. So they like, we can't do that, sir. I mean, we know how big and famous you are and you got your killers with you, but we can't give up that information. It's classified. I'm like, yeah, I understand all that, but that's my damn wife. So I need you to give me her paperwork. I understand that you can't give it up, but I ain't no random motherfucker. I'm her husband. So I'm gonna need you to hand me over that paperwork. They was like, what? Because we found out she got cancer? Oh, you think we gonna leak this information to the press? Is that what that is? I'm like, I don't think any damn thing. Look, if this information falls into the wrong fucking hands in this hospital, you don't know what somebody would do for some fucking cash. So what I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you again before this shit get a little bit ugly. Now I see the paperwork. I'm looking at it right there. It's right there. It says her name right there. So all you gotta do is hand me the fucking damn folder. They're like, that's not all we have to do. I'm like, that's all you gotta do. You the only one at this counter. So I'm asking you nicely. Now it's not like you're a fucking female where I gotta like think about if I wanna whip your ass or not. Now I'm asking you again, and this time after I ask you and you deliberately not wanna fucking give it to me, cause see I'm not gonna go back and forth with you. We're not gonna keep going doing this fucking argument. So either you give me what I want, or I'm gonna just snatch that shit and take that shit. They was like, yeah, and then we'll call the police on you for stealing evidence. I'm like, she's my fucking wife. How am I stealing evidence? That's my wife. You're not even making any damn sense. You go to the cops about this, they're gonna be like, okay, that's his wife. It's not like I'm a fucking damn stranger being a fucking weirdo snatching up her paperwork. You're not gonna have an argument going to the cops about this because they're gonna be like, well, ain't no we can do about that. Maybe it's a reason why he wanted the fucking folder. So I'm gonna ask you again. Can you hand me over the fucking paperwork? So he didn't want to do it. He wanted to play tough guy. He got his ass whooped. He handed over the damn folder after he got his ass stomped out. You know, begging and pleading, don't kill me. That's what people do when they acting like they tough, thinking that they can handle shit. So after we left from the hospital, I called my nurses up and let them know that I had got, the folder and everything like that. And they were okay about that. Now, I had to go see Jenna just to see what the hell happened during this interview because I thought she was taking her medicine. So she's like, David, I know what you about to say. I'm like, Jenna, I thought you was taking your medicine, baby. She's like, I am. I'm like, then what happened? She's like, David, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I was doing the interview, and one thing I know, I'm just twitching, and I'm thinking like, I'm not trying to think anything of it because at first it was just a little twitch. And then it started getting real serious. Like the twitching started getting like real serious. And I'm like, oh shit. So I can't get up and act like I gotta go to the bathroom because we in the middle of fucking doing an interview. Like the cameras are rolling. So next thing you know, I start twitching real fast. Like my whole body just started twitching. And then I just fell out of the chair and I'm having a fucking seizure. And that's all I remember. And then I woke up in the hospital. I'm like, okay, so you have been taking your medicine. She's like, I have been taking my medicine. But then the nurses said it might be the babies, because I was pregnant and I was kind of sick when I was pregnant, but when I had got sick like when I was literally about to give birth to the babies we got now. So it was a little bit different. But now that I'm pregnant again and I'm actually am sick, maybe that is probably why I'm having seizures and stuff like that. So I'm like, oh, okay. Well, do you think you should be doing fucking interviews and stuff? She's like, I'm gonna have to hold out on the interviews and everything. I'm just gonna probably have to do some satellite interviews, figure something out, David. But did you get the folder? I'm like, yeah, I got the damn folder. She's like, good. I'm like, they weren't trying to give it to me. She's like, why not? You're my husband. I mean, what? It's not like you're a fucking weirdo asking for the photo. Like, we're married. I'm like, yeah, I know that, but they don't see it that way. She's like, well, why wouldn't he? I mean, maybe it's a reason why you asking for the fucking photo. For the folder. So I'm like, yeah, it is a damn reason. But anyway, after I was done dealing with my wife, Jenna, I just remember I'm sitting there thinking in my car, like, I can't believe that really happened to Jenna. So I go check up on Tia, right? From, sister, sister, I go check up on Tia. And, you know, the funny thing is her daughter opened the door. Her daughter had opened the door. She's like, "Hi, David. Mommy's in the kitchen crying." So I'm like, "She is." She's like, "Yeah, she's sad." So I'm like, "Okay, let me go talk to her." So I go in there. She's like, "Hey, David. I'm happy to see you, baby. You actually made my night." I'm like, "I did. I didn't know I made your night." She's like, "Yeah." So guess what happened? My mother told my ex-husband, but let's go in the room. So we go in the room or whatever, and she was like, so my mom told my ex-husband, and when I told you that I was going to take the high road and still talk to her, I think that that ship has sailed. I'm just not talking to her ass at all. I'm thoroughly pissed off at her. Like, I'm really, really upset at her. So I'm like, okay. So what happened? She's like, so she tells my fucking ex-husband, right? He comes barging in here, all dramatic and shit, kicking in the fucking door. Now I gotta get a new door fucking put on this shit. I'm like, well, we moving on Monday, so you're not gonna be living here anyway. She's like, yeah, I know that, I realized that. But he comes kicking in the door, all dramatic and shit. And he's like, I'm taking my son with me. Like he coming to live with me. He don't have to witness this weird, creepy shit. So I'm like, he's my son too, and you don't tell my son where he goes. And he like, well, he want to stay with me anyway. He don't want to stay here. He want to stay with me. And he did say that. He was like, I want to stay with daddy. And so I'm like, all right, well, take your ass on then. So my daughter, our daughter, she was just like, I want to stay with mommy. And he didn't argue with that. He left her here. So he's with his father. It looks like he's going to be living with his father for a little while, and I'm going to have my daughter. But I just cannot fucking believe. I'm like, so your mother ratted you out? She's like, no, my mom ain't rat me out. That's not why I'm crying. If I said that my mom, well, you know what? My mom did call my ex husband. She did call him, but she didn't tell him. But I'm still not talking to her anyway. I'm like, okay, so why are you not talking to your mother if she ain't snitch? Who snitched? She's like, my son snitched. But I think that my mother has something to do with it because he was on the phone with my mother. My son was talking to my mother, and then like an hour later, he's on the phone with my ex-husband. I think she told him to tell my ex-husband. I think she had something to do with it. Even though she didn't directly tell him, and my own son ratted me out, and that's what hurt the most. Is that my own son ratted his own mother out. Like he literally ratted my ass out. So it's like I cannot believe he would do that. Like my happiness don't mean anything to you. So you literally, and that's what really pisses me off. Like I cannot believe he did that shit. And that's why I was crying when you came in here because I'm literally thinking about how he just ratted my ass out. You know what I'm saying? Like he literally did this shit. I put food on his back. I'm the one that literally takes care of his ass. His father never paid for any fucking thing. Not one damn thing. And then he goes around and fucking rats me out to his fucking father because he's not comfortable with this shit. He could have learned to be comfortable with it. So I'm like, okay, so do you still want to go through with the merge, baby? It's like, of course I do. I'm not backing out. Baby, look at everything that fucking happened. You really think that I'm backing out now? Like, David, I'm literally having your babies. I'm not going nowhere. You stuck with me. We together. Whether you like it or not, I'm your girl. So I'm like, okay, it's like, it's just, this is what's going to come with it. All this drama shit is going to be added into this shit right now. Like, my mom is keep calling my phone and talking about we need to talk. Like I know she has something to do with it, and I don't have nothing to say to her ass. So she's like, "That's her right there calling." I'm like, well, "Why don't you call? Why don't you answer the phone and let her know that you know what she did?" She's like, "All right," and this gonna be the last time that I talk to her. This will, all right, and you lucky that I'm only doing this because you told me to. After I talk to her, can we have sex? Cause I am definitely thoroughly horny. I'm like, you are like, did I say thoroughly? I'm like, you did say thoroughly. So I said thoroughly. I'm like, you said thoroughly. So she's like, okay, just making sure. So I remember she answered the phone. She's like, Tia, I've been calling you like 40, 50 times, 60 times, like over 100 times, and you're not answering the phone. What's going on, Tia? So she's like, I have nothing to say to you. She's like, okay, what are you mad at me for now? So she's like, because I know you was the reason why my own son ratted me out. He was on the phone with you. There's no way that he came to that conclusion on his own to call daddy up and tell him what he told him. You had something to do with it. Just because you didn't do it directly, just because you didn't do it yourself, you got my son to do your damn dirty work, which is obviously fucked up. So I have nothing to say to you. And you know why you said I'm quiet? It's because you know that I'm right. She's like, no, I'm quiet because you're wrong. I had nothing to do with him telling your ex-husband. Maybe he just wanted to do it. So she's like, no, he did not just wanted to do it. You was on the phone with him. I don't know what the hell y'all was talking about, but out of the damn blue, he calls my ex-husband up and tell him everything. You had everything to do with that shit. You was in his fucking ear, and you got my son to do your fucking dirty work. So you know what? Because you knew that if you did it directly, that I definitely wouldn't talk to you. So you like, well, if I get my grandson to do it, then she won't be that mad at me. Newsflash, I am fucking mad at you. Even furious than I am with my own damn son for ratting out his mother. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let you know on this phone that I am not talking to you. Don't fucking call my phone no more because I'm not fucking feeling you. And that's just it. Like, stop calling me because you keep on fucking blowing my phone up. And then I'm just gonna fucking block you. And that's just how I'm gonna feel about this whole shit. Leave me the fuck alone. Like, that's it. I'm done fucking talking about this shit. So she hang up the phone and she's like, you know what? I am gonna block her ass. I'm like, you gonna block your own mother? She's like, yeah, I'm blocking my own mother. That's what it comes to now, David. It comes to now that I have to just block my own damn mother because she done pissed me off thoroughly. So I'm like, oh, okay. So she blocked the mother and everything and did what she had to do. She even blocked her ex-husband because he was calling her and yelling at her a lot, and she just was tired of the argument, so she just blocked him too. So she's like, yeah, I had to do it, David. I had no choice. This is like, I'm tired of arguing with everybody over this shit. It's my life. When is people gonna realize that this is my life and I can do what I want with this shit? Whether you like how I'm living it or what I'm doing with my personal life, whether you accept it or not, I have to live this shit, not y'all. Y'all don't have to live what the fuck I'm doing. So if you're not okay with it, that's totally fine. I'm not okay with half of the shit y'all do, but I still support y'all motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all make perfect decisions every fucking step of the way of your life. Like, people be killing me with that shit. So it's like, I don't support none of the shit y'all do, but I'm there as your fucking daughter or as your fucking sister. I'm supporting you because that's what a fucking damn sibling do. But you know what? I ain't doing that shit no more because I'm done with the argument. I'm done with arguing because everybody got a fucking argument, and I don't fucking have the energy no more, David. I don't have the energy to keep arguing. Like, they taking my fucking happiness away, and it's really draining a lot of energy out of me. Like, so I had to block them because I just I can't deal with this shit. Till they start clearing their fucking heads and have a level mind about this shit, then we can fucking talk. But other than that, I'm not gonna drain my fucking energy arguing with y'all about this shit because it's not fucking worth it. Y'all already said y'all piece. Why the fuck do y'all keep calling me saying the same fucking thing? It's pissing me off. So I'm like, I get what you're saying. She was like, like you said what you said. You don't gotta keep fucking calling me, repeating the same fucking thing. Like I get it. You're not okay with it. Okay, I understand. Why are you calling me back 5 minutes later saying the same shit like I'm a fucking retarded person? I'm like, yeah, I get what you said. She's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you said your piece. Let it go. Like, it's like you can't let this shit go. Oh, I gotta call her again and tell her again. Oh, I gotta call her again and tell her again. Like, like how many times you gonna do that shit? I'm like, yeah, I get what you're saying. She's like, so yeah, I had to block my ex-husband, and I just blocked my damn mother, and I blocked my sister too. I'm like, Tamara? She seemed like she was cool about it though, baby. She seemed like she was cool about it, but in the inside she wasn't. And she said how she really felt about it. And and then she kept calling me, being annoying and shit. And so I had to block her ass too. And I know it seemed crazy, right? She my twin sister. But I have, you know what? This is the only way that I'm going to keep my happiness insane, David. Because if I keep arguing with my family members, I'm going to be really angry. And I'm not going to want to take my anger out on you because you don't deserve it. But, like, yeah, I'll be angry. I'm not gonna be able to, be able to enjoy anything that's happening, in my life because I'm gonna be too busy thinking about what the fuck they saying. So I'm like, I get what you're saying. She's like, so I had to get all that shit out, and the only way that I can get it out is by blocking them. That way they can't. I'm like, yeah, I get what you're saying. She's like, you feel me? So I'm like, yeah, I get what you're saying. So I remember we did end up having sex, me and Tia. I did end up pretty much beating it up real good. And it was so good, I ain't gonna lie to you. It was the best sex in the world. So then, now, after I was done with Tia, this is when I met up with the girl. I call her Miss Q. The only reason why I call her Miss Q, because I ain't gonna be able to remember that fucking name. You know what I'm saying? So I call her Miss Q as a nickname, but I'll put her real name. I let my fans, put her real name up when they post this on YouTube. And we'll post this shit like my fans don't post it on here for the views and stuff. But anyway, sorry about that. But anyway, I'm sitting outside my car, and she was like with her friend. She was like with two girls, and they noticed me before she did. And they was like, "Yo, that's David Sims." So she looked over. She's like, "Oh, that is David Sims." They was like, "So why don't you go over there and say something?" She was like, say what? I ain't no A-list celebrity, bitch." So they was like, "Yeah, but your sisters, they famous." She's like, "My twin sisters are famous. I'm not like as famous as they are." So she's like, "Just go over there and talk to him." So she's like he fucking know who I am. He don't know who I am. So they was like, "Just go over there and just say hi." So she's like, "Fine." So she walks over to me and she's like, "Hi, you're David Sims, right?" I'm like, "The last time I checked, yeah, I am." She's like, "I'm sorry, this is stupid. You don't want to hear from me. I'm sorry." I'm like, "No, no, no. What's your name?" So she tells me her name, and I'm like, "Well, I like to name all my girlfriends, nicknames. So I'm gonna give you a nickname." She's like, "Okay, and what will my nickname be?" So I'm like, I'm gonna call you, cause that's a long ass name, and I don't think I'm gonna remember that. So I'm gonna call you Miss Q. She was like, "Miss Q?" I'm like, "Yeah," because I'm not gonna remember that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I never even heard of that fucking name before, so I'm gonna call you Miss Q. Is that cool? She like, "Yeah, I mean, sure, but you just said your girlfriends. Like, I mean, I just met you." So I'm like, "Yeah, we need to change that, once you hang out with me." So she's like, "Okay, you want to come back to my place?" So I'm like, "Your place? You got your own place?" She's like, "Well, I don't have my own place, but I stay with my mom and stuff. Um, but we kind of got a hotel room. My sisters are doing some like business thing. They film like a commercial or something, and I'm out here just supporting them. And we can go back to the hotel room. It's really big. It's not like a small hotel room. So I'm like, uh, why don't you just come back to my apartment with me? So she like, okay, cool. So she like, wait, let me tell my friends and I'll come back over here. I'm like, okay. She's like, this your car, right? I'm like, well, I wouldn't be leaning up against it if it was somebody else's car. Yes, it is. She was like, okay, just making sure. So she goes to her friend. She's like, look, y'all, David kind of want to hang out with me. So it's like, so I guess it went good with you walking up to him and asking him what his name was. She's like, why would I ask him what his name is? Like, everybody knows who the fuck he is. He's an A-list actor and pop star. Who wouldn't know who David is? Everybody know who he is. So she's like, yeah. So why don't you ask him if he need if we can come too? She's like, mm, maybe next time. I asked him next time. So they was like, so what are we supposed to do? So she like, I guess just hang out. Y'all was about to like go inside the restaurant and eat. Y'all can finish out the night without me. Go in the restaurant, eat, hang out, have fun. Look, I'll call y'all in the morning and tell y'all how everything went. So they like, you don't want us to tag along, do you? She was like, I'm not even gonna lie to you, not really. So they like, okay, well, we thank you for your damn honesty. So I remember I take her, to get some food because she was saying that she was pretty hungry. So I got her some. She wanted some Chinese food and a big soda and stuff. She wanted some Pacific stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I mean I got it for her, but we go back to my apartment, one of my apartments, and she eating her food or whatever. She's like, the food is still hot. I'm like, yeah. Why don't you come here for a minute? She's like, okay. I'm like, so I'm gonna ask you a question. She's like, you ask me a question? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna ask you a question. It's like, okay. I'm like, so do you have a boyfriend? She's like, okay, I know that was a little long for me to answer that question. I'm like, it actually was. It was a very long pause. She's like, I know it was, right? The only reason why I paused that long to answer that question is because I was I was seeing somebody, but I gotta be real with you. It definitely is not gonna materialize into anything. I'm like, and why is this? She's like, because the only thing he want to do is fuck, and I can see if he has something going for himself and everything like that, or the only thing he wants is to get in my panties, and that's just it. That's all I'm getting from him. Like that's the vibes I'm getting from him. And I'm not the type of girl to just throw my pussy just because you're a cute boy. Like just go ahead and fuck me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not the type of girl to just do that. You got girls that's quick to let the nigga hit it, because they horny as hell and all this stuff. But for me, I'm just not that fucking way. So it's like I'm always on my P's and Q's, and I'm not a dumb bitch. I'm very quick to figure out shit. So I didn't already figured his ass out. And from the looks of things, he is definitely not getting my panties. And he is not like we're not official. We never was fucking official. But he going around telling people in school, well, I just graduated. But when I was in school, he was telling people that we were together and stuff. I literally just graduated. I'm like, she like, I graduated early. I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, yeah, I graduated early. I'm 18. I'm like, what if you 18, that means that you were supposed to graduate. She's like, no, I was supposed to graduate this year, but instead of graduating like at June and stuff, I graduated a lot early. I'm like, oh, okay, I get what you're saying. She's like, yeah, I took some classes to graduate early than later. So I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, yes, but he's still in school. But he going around telling people that I'm his girl and that he already hit it and stuff like that and that I sucked his dick. I just didn't have time to tell him that You definitely cut the fuck off. But I think he already know because he been calling me and I ain't been answering the phone and stuff. He been texting me and I ain't been texting him back. And he been trying to follow me on Instagram and TikTok and stuff. And I definitely been blocking his ass. So it's like I think he probably already got a damn big ass hint that I'm done with his ass and that people done already told me what he been saying about me. So I think he got a clue. I think he got a clue, but I think he trying to fix it up if he get a hold of me and try to act like he ain't say that stuff. But it's like, why would everybody tell me that stuff if it wasn't true? Why would everybody tell me that same fucking story if there's no truth behind it? You had to been saying that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like if everybody's telling me this shit from the school, then it gotta be some truth behind it. It can't be no fucking lie. You had to been telling people this shit. So it's like you cannot talk your way out of that shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't dress it up to make it sound like you didn't say it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna fucking believe you. So yeah, I've been stopped talking to him, but that's why I did that that pause for a minute, like thinking. But no, I'm not seeing anybody. I'm like, now, you could have just said that when I asked you, did you have a boyfriend? You could have just said you didn't have a boyfriend. It's like, I know I could have just said it, but I thought I would just like kind of explain a little story to you, but I guess you don't give a fuck anyway. I'm like, so I mean, you're an A-list actor and pop star. Why the fuck should you care? Is it true that you like worth $1 trillion? Is that true? I'm like, is what true? She's like, is it true that you worth all that damn money? Is it true? I'm like, do you think it's true? She was like, I mean, I'm looking at you and it definitely look like it is true, but I just need to hear you say it. I'm like, you need to hear me say that I'm a trillionaire. You need to hear me say it. She's like, a part of me did. I'm like, yes, I'm a real trillionaire. She was like, so you can really touch that money? You can access that shit. You can really put your hands on it. I'm like, yes, Miss Q. I can actually put my damn hands on the money, just like I can put my hands on your damn body. But see, I don't wanna. She's like, what did you just say? I'm like, just like I can put my hands on your damn body. She's like, oh. So she let me grab her thighs or whatever, right? And I pulled her close to me. I'm like, look, I would be real with you. I'm not a gentleman. She's like, what is that supposed to mean? Should I be afraid? I'm like, look, Miss Q, I love sex. And I gotta be real. I love getting pussy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so you just wanna fuck me? I'm like, well, I wanna make you my girlfriend and beat that pussy up. She's like, if I let you fuck me tonight, if I let you get up in my drawers, you taking me shopping bright and early tomorrow, all day, whatever I want, hair, nails, everything. I'm like, mm-hmm. She's like, you gotta pamper me. You want this pussy, right? If I give it to you tonight, you gonna take me shopping or give me money to go shopping. But I would rather for you to just take me like we're on a date. Since if I am your girlfriend, you would like to show me off, right? Let everybody know who you dating. So I was like, I mean, I know I'm not a famous A-list girl like you, like them girls you date, but yeah, like I would like for you to, take me shopping, show your girl off. I mean, I'm not an ugly girl. At least I don't think I'm ugly. So I'm like, no, you're not an ugly girl. It's like, so can we hang out tomorrow? I'm like, yeah, I'll take you shopping. It's like, you will, you promise. I'm like, yeah. It's like, all right, okay. So where you want to do it at? Right here in the kitchen or in the room? So I'm kissing on her. I ended up bending her over, and she wasn't saying anything. She kind of was like looking back at me, and she let me hit it. She definitely let me beat it up. I'm not gonna lie to you. She let me get up in it, and I was turned it up. I'm not gonna lie to you. And then I took her in the room and had sex with her. So I hit it like 2 times. And it was like my first time having sex with, Miss Q. She like, yeah, about 18 years old. And I remember she asked me about Tia from Sister Sister because we in the bed and stuff, right? And she like, Dave, can I ask you a question? I'm like, yeah, what's the question? She's like, so, um, word around town is that you dating or that you knocked up the girl Tia from Sister Sister that from that BET show? You know Tia and Tamara? I'm like, yeah, it's like, is it true that you because I know y'all did a TV series together. I didn't seen the trailer for it. It's coming out this summer, like in June. She played your mother. I'm like, yeah. She was like, okay, don't tell me that you actually fucking this girl. Like you actually having sex with her old ass. I'm like, what you mean? She's like, David, that woman plays your mother, and I ain't gonna lie. Okay, I'll level with you. She's not technically your real mother. Okay, you can get away with it. You can actually smash her. But what I'm saying is like, you really having sex with her. I'm like, Tia not an ugly girl though. She's like, I didn't say she was ugly. She is a very pretty woman. But I'm just saying like, you really knocked her ass up. I'm like, she's like, David, you got a fetish for fucking older bitches. I just noticed that about you. You got a fetish for older pussy. I'm like, and what's that? Is that a problem? It's like, it ain't a damn problem, but it's kind of a sickness. Cause you 16 and you like fucking Krugers and shit. I'm like, look, it's not my fault that I'm attracted to what I'm attracted to. It's like, okay, I'm like, and I'm attracted to girls your age too. It's like, yeah, but I see you mostly with older bitches. I see you mostly with girls like in their late 20s or 30s and stuff like that, or like Tia, she in her fucking 40s and shit. You know what I'm saying? You just like fucking Krugers. I mean, like, it's the truth. It's literally the fucking truth. You got a fetish for older fucking weird ass bitches because if they letting you hit it and they know how old you are, that makes them definitely a rapist, and they just don't give a fuck. So I'm like, okay. She's like, I don't even give a, and I don't even care if they know you're not normal and that you can do all of this extra shit and that I know everything about you, David. Like, I know you're not a regular person. So I get that. I know you don't age, but that's besides the point. You still have a fucking age. You still 16 years old. So what I'm saying is like, Tia, she literally knows that you like 16, even though she probably know your situation, right? And you do got kids, like you already a daddy, you got kids, and you married and all that. You living a grown up life, and you know you are. You pretty much is. So she probably looking at it like you're not 16, you're a grown up to her in her eyes. You know what I'm saying? That's probably why she letting you beat it and smash it and stuff like that and pretty much knock her ass up. But I'm just saying, like, if it was I don't think she would let a regular fucking 16-year-old fuck. I don't think she would. Because of your situation and because of the type of person you are, she actually made an exception for you. So I'm not really going to trash Tia like that because I think if it was like a regular 16-year-old boy trying to hit it, I don't think she would let him hit it like at all. But for you, I think she made an exception. And I think she genuinely fucking like you. But if I'm your girlfriend, all of that shit gonna change. I'm like, oh, it is. Like, yep. And I like to be around my boyfriend a lot. So I don't really like, like if I call you, you better answer that damn phone. So I'm like, I better answer the damn phone. It's like, yes, David, because why the fuck you not answering the phone? Like, you don't want to talk to me. I'm pretty sure you gonna want to talk to me when you want to fuck, when you want to bust your nut. I'm like, okay, so it's like if I call you, you better answer the damn phone. And I don't care if I'm calling you to not say shit. If I'm calling you to just sit on the phone, then answer the damn phone. If I just want to hear your voice or whatever, you answer that damn phone. You don't just not answer the phone because you think I don't want to say shit. And what if I don't want to say shit? So I'm like, okay. So, like, but anyway, so was the pussy like what you wanted? Was it like everything you wanted? I'm like, yeah, it was really good. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed beating it up. She's like, you thoroughly enjoyed it? I'm like, yeah. She's like, okay. Oh, my sister's calling me. Hold on. So she answers the phone. She's like, hello. They was like, girl. She FaceTimed her sisters. Well, they FaceTime called her. And they was like, girl, why is your titties out? She's like, oh shit. So she put the covers over her. They was like, okay, are you over a boy house? She was like, Yeah, I'm with my boyfriend. It was like, we didn't know you had a boyfriend because the last time I checked, you was single, girl. So she was like, well, everything kind of changed tonight. So they was like, don't tell me you let that lame ass nigga hit it. She's like, no, hell no. I got a new boo. So they like, what's his name? So she like, look, I gotta go because I'm literally like in the middle of something and I'll talk to y'all later. So she's like, I'll talk to y'all later. So she hung up the phone. I seen the two girls, the twins. They were both like literally in the screen. So I'm like, wait, those two girls, they your sisters? So she like, oh yeah, yeah, they my sisters. So I'm like, I seen them twin girls around. They got like they famous on TikTok and stuff. She's like, yeah, yeah, my sisters is. So I'm like, yeah, I seen them girls around. So she like, well, look, I know I'm not famous like my sisters. So I'm like, look, you don't gotta be famous like them. I mean, I genuinely like you. You know, you pretty, you sexy and funny and sassy and stuff. She's like, so you like me? So I'm like, yeah. It's like, I mean, I like you too, and I like that I'm your girlfriend. Please don't go around telling people that we fucked on the first time, like that you met me, cause that's gonna make me look like I'm easy. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. I mean, I know you're not easy. So like, I just don't want people to think I'm an easy target. So I'm like, I get what you're saying. It's like, well, it don't matter because you're my boyfriend, right? So I'm like, yeah, that's true. So I'm like, so what do you want to do now that you graduated from college? Like, is it anything, any type of job that you like looking to do? So she's like, that's a good question. What type of job am I looking for? I'm like, yeah, is it a certain job that you are the what type of dream job do you want? She's like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I want to be a model. I'm like, you do? She's like, yep, that is truly my fucking passion. I like, okay, I want to be a model and I want to be a fashion designer. Like, because I love clothes and shit and I love designing clothes and everything. So that's where my fucking passion is at. Like, I want to be a model, but I also want to be a fashion designer. Like, I want to be like a fashion model. I'm like, oh, like modeling different clothes and stuff. She's like, yeah, but not ugly outfits though. Not ugly fucking brands. Not brands because I be seeing like cause I be keeping up with them fashion shows and fashion weeks. I be keeping up with that shit. And I ain't gonna lie, them fucking clothes be looking ugly as shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. Them clothes be looking ugly, them outfits be looking hideous as shit. And it's like only rich people will wear that shit. It's no damn way a person like me would actually buy that shit and put that shit on my body. So when I'm looking at them modeling and shit, it's like, well, they getting paid to wear that shit. But it's like, for me, I don't care how much money you pay me. You're not gonna put me in something I'm not gonna feel comfortable in. Like, I'm not wearing anything hideous. I'm not putting on anything ugly. I don't care if you paying me $1 million. If every outfit that I model and I'm walking down the runway and all of those outfits ugly, I'm not wearing them bitches. I don't care how much money is on the damn table. So like, I get what you say. She's like, cause you gotta think about this. If you modeling cause you modeling obviously somebody company, right? Somebody brand. And just think about this shit. If you walking down the runway with they fucking outfits on and they ugly ass outfits, just know that people taking pictures of you and everything. And those fucking pictures gonna be online for the rest of your fucking life. You never gonna get rid of those bitches. So that means that everywhere you fucking turn, I'm gonna see myself in those ugly ass outfits. And I ain't one of those girls that could just sit there and take that bullet. So it's like, no, you gotta put me in something real cute, something real, like, you know what I'm saying? Something that I feel comfortable wearing. But it's like these damn companies whoever be designing these fucking clothes lately, been they just I think they designing it strictly for rich people because it's no damn way that you designing it for actually regular people to wear. Because what regular people gonna wear that shit? I'm like, yeah, I get what she said. She's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, I'm looking at all of these shows. I've been following the fashion, like the fashion shows and shit. I've been looking at them, and like I said, a lot of the outfits just been too fucking ugly. Yeah, I can't keep up with that shit. So I'm like, I get what you're saying. She's like, yeah, but I still wanna be, I still wanna be a fashion model. I still do, but I don't want to model no ugly clothes. So I'm like, okay. She's like, and I also want to design, like make like customized clothes, cause I'm a good ass drawer. I can draw shit too, so I can draw good, cute outfits and shit, you know, and I'm good at that too. So I want to start my own little clothing company and shit. I want to do that. But what I want to do is I want to be a fashion model, make a lot of money from that, and start my own clothing company. I'm like, okay. I mean, that sounds like a solid ass plan. She's like, you like that plan? I'm like, that sounds like a great plan. It's like, yeah, I mean, because my mom said that was a stupid plan. I'm like, your mother said that was dumb. She's like, yeah, but she probably was hating on me. My mother always hate on me. She always hate on me, and I'm the youngest. So I'm like, so how many siblings do you have? She's like, how many siblings? How many kids? Well, you talking about brothers and sisters? I'm like, yeah, it's like, okay. So it's the twins, and it's a lot of us. It's like almost probably like 9, 10 of us. I'm like, oh, okay. So you got a big family. He's like, yep. I'm not literally the youngest, but I'm the youngest out of them two and stuff. Like I have little brothers, little sisters and stuff, but I am kind of the youngest. You would say, let's just say I'm kind of like stuck in the middle. Like that fucking Disney show, Stuck in the Middle. Let's say that shit. Let's say I'm kind of like there. Like I'm in between the borderline of there. So I'm like, okay, I get what you're saying. It's like, and you don't want to meet my family. Because like I said, once they see who I'm dating, they gonna want shit. Oh, ask your boyfriend, ask your famous boyfriend, can he get us into an event? Ask him, can he get us on this red carpet? They're just gonna start asking for shit. And it's like, I'm not gonna ask my fucking famous boyfriend, can he get y'all shit just because, I'm his girl? Like, no. And, I don't think it's gonna be I don't know when I'm gonna introduce you to my damn family. I don't know. It ain't gonna be soon though. It's not that I'm ashamed of you. It's just that I'm not even gonna lie, I'm more embarrassed because I know how they would act when they see somebody like you. Like I know exactly how my fucking brothers and sisters will act if they see you walk through that door. So it's like I'm definitely want to protect us from that shit. Not, I mean, I already know. Wait, hold on. I'm like, what? She's like, how the hell they get pictures of us that quick, David? Like, damn, they be following everything your ass be doing. We literally just came from that store like 2 or 3 hours ago. So I'm like, yeah. She's like, they calling me the mystery girl. See, I'm not even famous. They don't even know who I am. So I'm like, well, ain't that a good thing? I mean, you want to be famous? She's like, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of do want to be famous, but look, David, can you make me a model? Can you like, you got some connects? Because I want to be a model. I want to be a fashion model. So I'm like, I mean, I got my own modeling company. I could make you a model. You can work for me. She's like, really? I can work for you. I'm like, well, I mean, if you want to. So she's like, so I can be your employee. I can be your model and your girlfriend. I'm like, yeah. She's like, I mean, that works for me. I'm like, you sure that works for you? She's like, that totally works for me. So I remember after I was, done dealing with Miss Q, I did have sex with her a few more times, but she did end up falling asleep. So I remember I went to Tayana. Now Tayana is my new girlfriend. She a famous dancer. She done been on like a few TV shows and stuff like that, but that's when she was like really young. And as she got older, she started developing her own lane and shit of what she wanted to do. But she knew that she do love dancing. She loves to dance. She loves twerking and all that stuff. You know what girl don't like twerking? But yeah, I get that, right? And she like, baby, I think I think that I think my friend shouldn't be in the movie. I'm like, well, why not? She's like, well, David, you was there at the damn reading as we were running lives and stuff. Like, number one, they keep flirting with you. That's obviously pissing me off. They keep flirting with you. That's number one. Number two, they keep flirting with you. Number three, when I pulled one of them to his side and talked to him in the room, she deliberately started messing up on her lines. She was not getting her lines right on purpose. It was like she was doing it on purpose, not getting the fucking lines right. So if she's already acting out on her feelings, how do you think she gonna act when we actually in front of the camera? So I'm like, so so what do you suggest? She's like, I think we should fire him. But I'll do it. I mean, I'll be the one to let him go. I'm like, are you sure? I mean, it's like David because I'd rather, because I would rather work with people that's not my damn friends because they won't. Number one, they'll come professional. Number two, they'll be there to actually fucking work and not be on their damn feelings and shit. If I'm dealing with my friends, this shit will fuck up my friendship. And I don't want to fuck our friendship up. So it's best to just let their asses go and let them go back to their boyfriends and let me do this movie with you. And yeah, I think this would be best. And then you could just pick some other celebrity girls to play my friends. Because I'm telling you, David, this shit ain't gonna go well. I can already see this shit. It's gonna be a damn disaster. So I'm like, all right, if you feel like this is best, Tayana. If you feel like firing your friends, now I'm not gonna do this shit. I'm not firing them. It's like David, you don't have to fire them. I'm gonna do it. I just told you. I literally just said in your fucking face and told you I will fire them. I will literally do it. So I'm like, all right. So when are you gonna do it? It's like they coming over here right now. Now you wait in the room, cause that's them knocking on the door. Actually, they calling my phone, so they let me know they outside the apartment. So I go in the room, and I just remember she answered the phone. She like, hello. They like, girl, we at the door. So she's like, oh yeah, okay. I left the door unlocked so y'all can come in. So they come in, and she's like, all right, y'all two sit down. Now, look, I'll be real with y'all. I think that y'all shouldn't be in this movie. And so they was like, what you mean by that? She was like, well, I mean, like, I can feel that it's gonna be a lot of negativity on set. Like you were already when I told you what I said to you in the room about my boyfriend, about David, when we came back out to run the lines and go over the lines together, you was deliberately doing it on purpose, not getting your lines right because you was on your feelings. So it's like this. Y'all my friends and I value our friendship. So I don't want to mess our friendship up. So I think it's best if y'all two just go back to your damn boyfriends and let me do this movie. And David can pick some other celebrity girls to play my friends. So they're like, you just want all the money to yourself. She's like, what are you talking about? Y'all, first of all, let me just say this. Y'all not cut out for this shit. Okay, that's like, so now you telling us what we cut out to do. So she's like, I'm saying that this is not a good, I don't think that we should work together. I don't think that it's good for us to work together. It's gonna mess our friendship up. So she's like, well, we already signed the contracts, so we not going nowhere. We don't have to go nowhere unless David tell us to. If David fire us, then I guess we have to leave because he's actually the boss of this whole shit and he's the star of the movie. So until he tell us that we gotta leave, I'm not going nowhere. So I remember she's like, all right, you know what? Whatever. Do whatever you want. But I'm going to tell you something. When you see me and my boyfriend together, y'all don't start catching the attitude and being all weird and shit. I try to give y'all a way out, but I already told y'all this gonna mess our friendship up. So I remember she comes in the room after talking to our friends, and me and Tayana, we did kind of have sex and cut up and stuff like that. And then her friends, they had caught like a Uber because they had to take the rental car back, and I guess I was driving. They asked me to drive them back to the hotel. So they was like, David, can you drive us back to the hotel? I'm like, yeah, yeah, sure. So I remember I'm driving them back to the hotel, and there was the one twin that was like twerking up on me or whatever. She got a boyfriend, but her sister had got out the car and went into the hotel, and it was just her in the car. She was like, "Look, David, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be real. I'm attracted to you." I'm like, "You are?" It's like, "Yes," and I know you're not that deep in dating Tayana. I mean, y'all literally just met. So I'm like, "Yeah, we did." She's like, "And I can tell you attracted to me. I felt your dick getting hard when I was like twerking on you." I'm like, "How you know that it was? How you know it wasn't already hard?" She's like, "David, I'm not stupid. I know it was getting hard when I was twerking." So I'm like, "So what are you saying?" It's like, "I don't know. I mean, I don't know. What do you want to do?" So I'm like, "What do you mean?" It's like, "I mean, like, do you want to secretly date me?" Or secretly, because I got a boyfriend, but he ain't down here and he ain't gonna be coming down here for months. So I was just thinking maybe we could probably have a little thing going on. My sister don't have to know, or Tayana. So she get on top of me. She's like, "You sure you don't want to get up in this?" I mean, I ain't gonna say anything. I'm like, "You ain't gonna say what?" It's like, "Well, I'm not gonna snitch that we're doing stuff or that you just fucked me in this car." So I'm like, "Look, you're trying to get back at Tayana." So hey, I am not trying to get back at Tayana. First of all, not everything is about her. So she's like, "I'm really attracted to you, but I guess you can't see that." So I'm looking at her, and she did end up letting me beat it up. I mean, she got in the back seat. I tore it up for a couple of hours. We were having sex in the back seat, which was good. I mean, it was really good. I'm not gonna lie to you. And then her boyfriend called her, and so I'm like, "Yeah, I want you to tell your boyfriend you need to take a break." She's like, "You want me to break up with him?" But okay. I'm like, "You gonna do it?" It's like, "What does that mean? I'm your girlfriend?" I'm like, "Well, yeah." She's like, "Your full girlfriend?" I'm like, "Yeah." It's like, if I break up with him, that means that we're dating. I'm like, "Yeah, but I can't break up with Tayon." It's like, I mean, obviously, y'all gotta do the movie, and I mean, obviously, I'm in the movie too, but you gonna have to break up with her after you done that movie. You gonna tell her about us? I'm like, "Well, let's see how serious we get." It's like, are we gonna get serious or not, David? You want me to break up with my boyfriend? Are we or are we not gonna get serious? I'm like, "Yeah." It's like, all right, then I'll do it. So she answered the phone. She's like, "Hello." So he like, "Girl, I've been calling you. Like, what's going on? What's up? What's going on? You want me to come down there?" I was thinking about flying down there. She's like, "There you go." He like, "There what go?" She's like, "There you go." Like making it seem like I need a babysitter or something. So he's like, nobody is making it seem like you need a babysitter." She's like, "Yes, you are." Like, I don't need you coming down here spying on me and making it seem like you need to monitor everything I do. I don't need you doing that shit. Like, if I needed you to come down here and fucking monitor every move I make, then I would have called you and asked you for that shit. So he like, yo, maybe I just want to see my girlfriend. Is that so bad that I want to see my girlfriend? She's like, yeah, I get all that, but maybe I don't. Maybe I need this time to myself. I'm gonna be in a movie, and I don't need my boyfriend fucking up my damn, you know, me being focused. What you down here, all you gonna want is my damn attention and stuff. And in the minute that I'm not giving you the attention that you need, you catching the attitude. So I think it's best if you stay to where you are. But look, I got to talk to you about something anyway. So he like, okay, so what's up? She like, um, I think that we should break up. So he like, what? You think we should break up? She's like, yeah, I think that we should break up. So he like, and why do you think we should break up? She like, because I just do. So he like, that's not a good enough damn answer for me. You saying that we need to break up, but you're not giving me a real answer on why we should break up. Like, what do you mean because you just do? She like, because it's not working for me. So he like, okay, what's not working for you? I mean, you saying the relationship is not working for you, but why isn't it working for you? Because it was working the last time you left. So I'm not understanding that now you feel a different way. So she's like, I always felt this way. It just, I never told you. Like, I always felt like our relationship was not really going anywhere. We do the same shit like every single day and it's getting boring. And I want something new. I want to do something new. So he like, so you're attracted to a boy down there? It's like, I'm not gonna lie, I am attracted to somebody down here that got my attention. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And we went out on a date, a two, and I like him a lot. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be dating him while I'm down here. So he like, so what's the boy name? She's like, none of your damn business. Just know that it is somebody else that I'm seeing right now, and I want to see where this goes. Look, I'm being more than fair to you. Like I'm literally laying it out there on the line. Like I'm not sugarcoating shit. I'm telling you the truth. I'm not sitting here lying and saying that I want to just be by myself and then you find out that I got a boyfriend. Like, no, I'm being real with you. I'm telling you that I'm seeing somebody else, and I am. So you got the truth. I think, like, I don't think we are breaking up. Like, I can't be with you anymore. So he hung up the phone. He didn't really argue with her. He pretty much did just hang up the phone and she hung the phone up. She like, okay, so I'm gonna have to block him. I'm like, what you mean? She's like, cause he gonna keep calling my phone. And I'm gonna have to block him on social media and on TikTok. And I got a whole bunch of videos of him on my damn TikTok. I'm like, you dude's like, well, I know you don't have TikTok, David. You don't really got social media on your phone. I know you're a zombie to that shit. But yes, he does follow me on TikTok. So I'm like, so you are my girl. It's like, yeah, I'm your girl. So I'm like, okay. It's like, okay, but how are we going to keep this from Tayana? I mean, I literally just broke up with my boyfriend. I'm like, you're so pretty. It's like, okay, yeah. So how are we going to keep it from her? Because, I'm going to get mad when you kissing her. I'm like, you are? It's like, yeah, so can you not kiss her around me? Or let her sit on your lap and stuff? Because I'm going to get pissed. And it's going to show, like, literally on my face. So I'm like, okay. It's like, so, yeah. So how are we going to do that? Like, how are we going to keep this away from her? So I'm like, so her twin sister was calling her phone. She's like, oh my God, my twin sister. Damn, we've been in this car for hours. So she answered the phone. She's like, hello. She's like, what are you doing? You still in that car with David? She's like, yeah, we just talking and stuff about the movie. It's like, you've been in that car for like 3 or 4 hours. Like, what the hell are y'all doing in that car? It's like, we talking. I told you we were talking. It's like, for that fucking long about a movie. She's like, well, we are in the movie, you know? She's like, yeah, but damn, girl, you could have called them and talked to them about that. Like, what else y'all doing in that car? She's like, nothing, none of your business. I'll be in there in like 20 minutes. She's like, all right. So she hang up the phone and she's like, oh God, now she gonna start being a damn detective and worrying about what the hell we doing. So I'm like, are you gonna tell your sister? It's like my twin sister, she probably gonna already know. We got that thing as twins where she's probably gonna know that we're dating or that we did something. She gonna feel it. I'm not even gonna have to tell her. She's gonna automatically know that something's going on. She already know. That's why she called me. She wouldn't have called me if she didn't think that we already had sex or something. I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, yeah. So it's like, I don't even think I'm gonna have to tell her anything. Like, I think she knows like that something happened. I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, so look, I'm gonna be real. Like, I really, really, really like you, and I know I'm not like really, really famous or an A-list girl. I know all the celebrity girls that you date, but I really want to see where this whole thing goes at. So I'm like, no, I like you a lot. You know, I'm feeling you. She's like, you are? You feeling me? Like for real. You're not just saying that because I gave you some pussy. I'm like, no, of course not. It's like, but like, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I want to ask you a question. And I don't want you to think I'm putting you on the spot. I'm like, well, what is the question? She's like, all right, so tell me, who pussy was better? Well, me or Tayana's? I'm like, yeah, that's kind of put me on the spot. It's like, you know, and I ain't want to do that. I ain't want to put you on the spot like that. But I gotta know because you was definitely turning it up back here in the back seat. So I want to know like who was better, me or Tayana's. So I'm like, you really want me to answer that? It's like, yeah. And don't tell me what I want to fucking hear. Like, don't say it was my pussy and you really mean Tayana pussy. Like, who really has some good shit? Like, I mean, like that. Be real. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna lie. Tayana got the best pussy I ever fucked before. Like some really good shit. But I'm not gonna lie, you got some good ass shit too. So she's like, yeah, but that ain't what I asked you. So I'm like, okay, it's like I asked you what like who pussy was better. That's what I asked you. Like who is better? Like on the scale, you know what I'm saying? Like if you had to like number it, who's better? So I'm like, yeah, I like a tie. It's like, no, we can't be a tie. That can't be. I'm like, yes, it can. It can be a tie. It's like, so how can we break this damn tie? How can I break it? I mean, what do I have to do for you to number this shit? Like, I'm like, why does it matter who pussy is better? It's like, just tell me who's better. So I'm like, all right, I'll be real. Tayana pussy is better. She's like, so her pussy is better. I'm like, it is. You wanted me to be honest, and that's the truth. So she's like, okay, all right. Well, I guess I got a lot more work to do to make my pussy better than hers. So I'm like, oh, okay. So she get on top of me, and I didn't tell you her name. I didn't tell you the twin name. But you know, I like nicknames, so I'm gonna just keep her name as twin, because she is an actual twin. But yeah, she got on top of me and she was riding me or whatever. Like she started off real slow and then she started going real fast because I started like beating it up real fast as she was riding me. So she ain't had no choice but to just go real fast and just go with the flow or whatever. But yeah, it was definitely really good. I ain't gonna lie. She got out the car. Her twin sister was waiting in the lobby. She's like, "Y'all was fucking." She's like, "How She's like, his truck was shaking. Y'all was having sex. I knew he was in there fucking you." So she's like, "Okay, I'm his girlfriend. So I like broke up with my boyfriend." She's like, "Wait, y'all dating?" It's like, "Well, I just told him that I liked him. I wasn't. I ain't sugarcoated." So she's like, and y'all started. She's like, look, it's like, but Tay on is dating him. You can't just date her boyfriend. She's like, I ain't gonna lie. I think me and David would look better together. So she's like, wow, you know, if Tayana find out about this shit, that's gonna hurt her. She's like, she's not gonna find out about it. And you're my twin sister, so you're not gonna rat me out. She's like, so you think you can be able to not get jealous when David's all over Tayana? She's like, he told me that he wasn't gonna be all over her in front of me. So I told him that I would make me mad. So she was like, so y'all really dating and stuff? Like you really his girl? It's like, that's literally what I just said. So she's like, okay, do y'all got each other numbers? She's like, yep, we do. And I got her. She's like, I actually got to go in the hotel room and take some nude photos because he wants some nude photos. So she's like, oh, what of your ass and stuff? She's like, what is nude photos? Yes, of my ass. So I ain't gonna lie, I did go back to Tia, and Tia was looking sexy as hell, and she was asleep, but I did end up waking her up, having sex with her. But I'm gonna start the story here, and I'll holler at y'all later. Deuces.